old Freeman 103, and quite frankly, I don't know what's going on. I'm quite confused by everything. There's a lot of people there that I don't know, and they're all saying I should go to some debate tournament out in New Brunswick, and I'm like, yeah, what's in it for me? I mean, I don't have any partner or anything. I mean, it was sort of a last minute thing. I guess I'm completely taken aback, and they're like, well look, Bondoc, you're a novice. There's hundreds of novices there. You're invisible. What will you do? So, well, I've done a lot of things. I figured since this was a Star Wars theme, I'd take the Millennium Grease truck out and go on a bit of a joyride. You ever heard of the Millennium Grease truck? Oh man, it made the Kessel round in less than 12 parsecs. Don't yeah, so I'm eating. I noticed that the fuel is like run off of like a hyperdrive based on like fat sandwiches, and like every work jump is like you have to burn a fat Darryl in this weird furnace. So all of it's sort of weird, but hey, at least I'm not on like get too lean or something, so then I'm like, I'm a novice and I'm a judge, and I don't really know what to do with myself because I'm invisible. No one will really see me. No one really cares, So I decided to look around, for some good debate advice. One was like, go to the great sage. And I'm like, who's the great sage? He's a crazy old wizard. He lives over in GA. I'm like, what do they call him? Did they call him? They call him the Store. So I go out there, and it turns out so I go out there, I'm confronted by this guy, but not before I'm attacked by Tuscan rounds. And then, I almost fall to the tight side or something, because, it gets pretty weird, because I'm running out of ideas. And they're all like, your POIs, your case can't stand POIs of that magnitude. So this crazy long-haired wizard, and he fights them all off, and he's like, and I'm like, you're Store, and he's like, no, I'm not Store, I'm Story 1 Claytoni. So then I'm like, man, I really want to get out in the world. I mean, here I am at Rutgers. I really want to do something here. He's like, well, here's what you do. We must go and rescue Bergmando Calripken. He's a giant floating baseball. And I'm like, how are we gonna get this mission accomplished? Story 1 Claytoni. He's like, well, here's what we do. You're invisible. You can do whatever you want. What will you do? And I'm like, I don't know. I guess use like the tight side of the Force. I don't know. So yeah. So we're flying the Millennium Grease truck to Bergmando Calripken's floating baseball baseball, because that's where Darth Omar is like keeping him hitting along with Novaka the Cookie, and then so we end up rescuing both of them, but it gets sort of weird. But it gets even more weird because one of them suggests. Because quite frankly, there was this giant Aurelian space hamster that came out of nowhere and basically assaulted the Millennium Grease truck. And he basically told us how this is a really inferior franchise that we're ripping this off of, and that we should do something more around Star Trek. But I'm like, dude, I'm invisible. What will I do? And with that, I leave. And with that, we blast into hyperspace and freedom.